You like the Super Nintendo? Because I like the Super Nintendo. Actually, I really love it. It's a very great system. It's, it's really enjoyable. It's got a great library of good games, a lot of different genres to play, and I'm here to talk about some underrated ones. Everybody knows about the Marios, the Zeldas, the F-Zeros, and all the other RPGs, like all of the classic games for the system. But I want to talk about some ones that are maybe a little underappreciated, a little undervalued, but they deserve just as much love as the ones I've just stated before. Also, don't forget, this is just my opinion. This is just what I think is underrated. Like, it could be totally different to you. So please, let me know what you think of these games in the comments down below. The first game I want to talk about is a very fun, it's a very good shooter, and I am having a lot of fun playing it on an emulator because I actually don't have the physical cartridge yet, and that is Axelay. If you don't have Axelay, go check it out. It's a shmup. First and foremost, it's a space shmup, but the cool thing about Axelay is when you're doing the kind of horizontal and vertical like shooting, there's kind of different styles. Like, for example, the one mode is mode 7, which looks fantastic for the time. Even if you just look at the art style from this, as you're scrolling, you can kind of see the city forming underneath you. Wow, like the whole level design just looks amazing. And then the other layout is similar to how Super R-Type plays. And it's just a very enjoyable game to just sit down and kill a bunch of hours trying to get a high score. The music is on point. I love the music in Axelay. It's one of the games where whenever I have some free time, I've just been playing it here and I am enjoying it immensely, and I recommend you go grab a copy of it if you can afford it. It's not in the higher end of pricey games, but it's not like too terribly cheap either. I think it's hovering around the 30-40 American range. I could be wrong because I think it's like 50-60 Canadian. So I think it's around the 30-40 American range. So if you got some coin, go pick it up because it is more than worth it. The next game I want to talk about is, wow, I can't believe I'm actually going to talk about it. I never thought in my history of gaming that I would enjoy a video game with unicycles. And we're talking about Uniracers. Uniracers is one of those games where if you pick it up and you start to play it, you start to get a feel for kind of everything, and it gets you into the game like that. It is genuinely enjoyable, and it's just genuine. You know what? When you think about games that are just fun, you think about games like, you can be like, oh, this game was like an amazing story, or I really enjoyed you can enjoy aspects of the game, but I'm just going to summarize Uniracers by it's just genuinely fun. It's fun to play. And by that, it's a racing game, which if you look at the racing kind of style over here, you realize that Sega was, what were they touting? Blast processing, but it's kind of funny because you see Uniracers keeping up with like how Sonic moved. And a really neat thing that I enjoy about the game is that in order to gain speed, you have to do tricks. It's not like a conventional racing game where you maybe have to hold down the B or hold down like the Y button. It's to get speed, you need to do tricks. And there's even a couple different modes. There's like a freestyle trick mode, there's like multiplayer, there's racing, and you can even like rename the unicycles to all your friends and stuff. Like, for a game at that era to be that customizable, that's pretty amazing. So definitely grab Uniracers because it's fairly towards the cheap end. I added it to my wanted list in my collection app, and I'm like, is that cheap? Why don't I have this already? So whenever I go to any other game stores, it's going to be a game I'm keeping my eyes out for now, and I recommend you do it too. Game number 3 is a game that I actually own the cartridge of, and I never thought I would actually get it for as good as a deal as I did. I talked about it in my PG Pickups, the latest video here, and that is Rock and Roll Racing. I talked about it a lot when I went into the PG Pickups video, but I'm going to just quickly summarize it here. It's a racing game in the style of RC Pro-Am, where it's got like that isometric kind of racing view, but the biggest thing about this game is that the soundtrack actually features licensed and music from rock artists. Sorry, I was kind of like, how am I going to word this? Licensed rock tracks? I'm like, yeah, no. The music in this game is actually like chiptunized versions of Paranoid, Highway Star, the Peter Gunn theme, Born to be Wild, and Paranoid by Black Sabbath. I don't know if I already said Paranoid, I probably already did, but if I'm missing one, I'll just put it like right here or something. But it's chiptunized versions of that, and so when you're actually playing and you hear like that little din 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 din, like the build up for Highway Star, you're just like, man, this is exciting. This is exciting. It's getting you into the game. This is great. You can customize your car. The more races you win, the more cash you get, the more customizable options you can get for your car until eventually You can have just like some really souped up, like powerful truck, and the commentary is pretty funny too. I've been streaming it a lot, and there's this poor character named Shred. He's always in another time zone. Rest in peace, Shred. Well, that's my list of underrated Super Nintendo games. Please let me know yours in the comments below, because I have missed so many quality Super Nintendo games over the years, and I really do need to catch up. So let me know what yours are down below, because I really do want to play them and get to experience them in the same way maybe you have some fondness for them. So if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, smash that like button, as I guess the popular YouTubers say. I don't really care, just click the like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet. I'm trying to hit 1,000. I'm getting close. I am like less than 300 away in over 2 years, and I'd really, really like to hit 1,000 subs pretty soon. I would immensely appreciate it, and my friend Katie said she would bake me a cake. Yeah, I remembered. So please subscribe, like the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you later.